Oceanside was just amazing. I mean, having the support of Athletic Brewing first off to get me out there and bring me to that. I wasn't doing an Ironman until they said, you're on the team. No, I did apply, but
How did you get on the athletic team?
What's that?
How did you get on the Athletic Brew team?
So being an ambassador for Athletic Brewing, we all love our ambassadorships, right?
Yes, we do.
So they had an application process. They have a team at a 70.3 every year, typically Oceanside recently, and a 140.6 full Ironman as well. Last year was Barcelona. I had listened to some Zoom calls that we do on a monthly basis, and a whole bunch of people from that team were just like really cool and amped, and they all like had a community thing, even though they trained virtually and never really got together until they got to the race. So I was like, you know what, I'll throw my name in the hat. And Janine's like, what the heck are you doing? And I got picked. They asked you to fill out a story and things like that, and why you would want to be there and why they should select you. And it was pretty quickly. I think I found out at the end of October, early November, that I was selected for the team. So that left a good, 5 months to train.
Yeah.
So that was the whole process. And from there, it was like, they're going to support you. They're going to send you some free non-alcoholic beer along the way and send you your kit. And I get a nice tri-suit out of it. And it's sweet. It's fast and really cool. But it's and then we put together the team of 9 of us on Instagram chat, and we communicated together like we were a team that was just here in Massachusetts. So when we all got out there to meet, that was just a really cool aspect. It was like we had been friends for a long time. There was no like
that is cool.
Like it was just really really cool. And the cool thing about Oceanside, now that I've done a couple other events and did one locally, going and traveling to an event is so much easier, except for the little logistics of getting things there, because you're on vacation. You have no other obligations really. So when you're local, it's like I'm still working until Friday, and then I got a race on Sunday. It was like out there. I was out in Oceanside on Wednesday for a Sunday race. So that was a cool thing that I realized this week, especially doing the race this week locally and doing the same size event. So. But Oceanside, just the whole thing with the pros being there, the season kickoff, season opener for Ironman North America, really, and having access to Jackson Laundry and having access to go on a shakeout run with the TTL crew, Eric and Paula Finley. I mean, these are the top people in this entire sport, and they're just hanging out with us, chatting and going on a 30-minute run. So that accessibility was really cool, and Athletic helped facilitate that. But that's how that whole, like the whole arena is like that. Everyone in the industry is like that. I'd say Sam Golong was on his own little spaceship, but
he's a badass. He's an absolute beast.
He's unreal, but he's another Athletic Brewing guy too.
Very nice.
So
is he? Yeah.
He's and we've had we got to have a Zoom call with him, and I actually asked him a few questions because he'd been to Oceanside. And I'm a left side breather. I'm like, what's the swim turn? He's like, it's to the right. But he's like, stay to the right, look to the left, and sight the people on your left. And just keep them there and keep tight, and you're good to go. So, yo, help me out in Oceanside.
Yeah, I can't do left or right side. I got to breathe on both sides. I had this talk with Nicole the other day. She can't figure it out. She tried to do both sides. Like, nope, that's not going to work. I forget if she's a left or a right, but I got to do both. I can't do just one. So you're a left side breather. That's interesting.
Left side. I can bilateral, but when it comes to open water swim, race swimming, it's left side. And backstroking. For 1.2 miles, I was not ready to freestyle the whole thing. So
was that true? Okay, so cool. I was going to ask, you didn't really get any open water swim training all winter. So you go out there on a Wednesday, and that's like probably your first open water swim of the season, right?
That was my first open water swim of the season, and we went Saturday morning, so the day before the race, before bike check-in and everything, at the start time, the day before, thinking we're going in the ocean, duck diving 4 or 5 roller waves coming in at us. So we practiced that. And so 24 hours before, I was in the water for the first time other than a pool. And
Yeah, that's great, because the last time you were in open water was probably like August of New England summertime, maybe September.
That's pushing it too.
It was a long time.
Yeah.
And now you're talking 6-foot waves coming at you is what we were expecting. And
So you did a backstroke though.
No, because I wasn't going to backstroke that, because I felt like, confidence-wise, throw a wetsuit on me. I now realize I can do a wetsuit race. Yeah. So I'm going to swim cold water weather races and throw a wetsuit on. And that, again, I did the 1.2, and I was like, 400 meters in, I was like, oh, man, this is going to be a long day. I got to get to the finish. But the accountability, people knowing I'm doing the race, that stuff's in my head. And I trained hard for this. So I wasn't going to let a swim stop me from the bike and the run. But I was actually excited to do the ocean swim and not the marina swim, because the first 400 meters could be a run and duck dive, and a run and a duck dive.
That was mine.
Right?
It was low tide.
That cut into my swim.
Yeah, my swim time was amazing my first Ironman, because it was low tide. I probably ran for 500 yards, like 250 on each end.
See, that's how you're going to get me into this, if I can run the swim part. Like, that's the stuff they don't tell you.
Swimming 400, sprint triathlons, you might be done.
That's not terrible.
We got to get her to do a sprint. I don't know of any sprints locally in the ocean. Boston might have one, but I don't want to swim.
You got to start me off small, you guys.
Oh, that's right. Cohasset in June. Okay, so maybe next year, Erica, your first will be the Cohasset one. That's the one you did a year ago. That was your first try, and we had you on to talk about it, right?
Yeah, that was my first one. So we're coming up 2 weeks from today.
Happy anniversary. Mm-hmm.